I got 30 some hoes, you at the crib making TikToks. Perky gon' blow like a 30-6 dog. She gon' fuck my bros, cause I know that she a big dog. I come from the low, but I'm standing at the tip. I got 30 some hoes, you at the crib making TikToks. Perky gon' blow like a 30-6 dog. She gon' fuck my bros, cause I know that she a big dog. I come from the low, but I'm standing at the tip top. Lot of hoes to choose from, I ain't scared to lose one. Bitch, I've been a thought boy since I was reading Goosebumps. Standing on the block, I was testing out my new gun. Mix the off-white with the blue ones. I know I'll be alright when I'm going through some. Got some white if you wanna do some. Heard he tryna ball like me, no he got no funds. I got 30 some hoes, you at the crib making TikToks.
Another Friday, another tip, y'all.
And I'm not at the crib making TikToks because I'm still fucking banned.
Those are the 30-odd hoes that are doing that, though.
No.
Oh, no, they're not.
No. He has
We just
30-some
determined.
hoes, and then I'd be at the crib making TikToks because, but, you know, I don't have 30-some hoes, but, like, TikTok won't have me. So.
But, yeah, they don't, TikTok won't allow us.
No. I'm going to claim that is white ownership will not let us on.
I saw
they will change the culture of TikTok. We won't show up and, you know, perform at the combine.
and TikTok won't even show up for us to defend us.
Right. That's crazy. Like, it's just some weird blanket ban.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Collusion.
With that being said, guys, today's topics, we are going to hit on Shedeur Sanders, the NFL draft. We're going to look at some stuff on X, bill passed in Texas, and then also some tariff stuff going on. But before we get started, I'm Josh.
And I'm King Benjamin Cage. And we're also going to talk about something else here that I didn't put up on the tabs that I totally forgot. We'll do that when we, you know, kind of close it out. It'll be Magic the Gathering oriented.
Oh, there we go.
So
I'm a Magic fan. Dude, that one pack that I opened. So, guys, I opened up a pack of Magic. I got like 5 rares and etched foil. Every other creature in there said legendary.
yeah.
Every creature was legendary, and every enchantment was legendary.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that kind of stuff. Like,
It's not always a good thing when they do that. That's the pack you sent me, right?
Yeah,
there
the
was
one-
a couple good cards in there, but like a lot of it was high end.
Oh, I don't mean performance-wise.
Yeah.
Dollar-wise, in that single pack was $70-some bucks of cards.
Yeah. That's not bad.
I'll take that part of it.
Not bad at all.
But guys, we're going to roll right in by sharing our screen, and we're going to jump into part of the NFL draft on Shedeur Sanders. So sharing our screen with you. We have a video pulled up, and this was Skip Bayless, right?
I believe so.
Was speaking.
The old race hustling white dude.
That's him. Well, take a look.
First overall, and that Travis Hunter should go second. And I also predicted 2 months ago that Shedeur Sanders would
Turtleneck wearing
become the
ass.
biggest target in this year's draft, the most hyper-criticized and picked-apart player in this draft, unfairly and wrongly so, but I predicted this would happen. Now, I'll go a step deeper here. There are surely
I'm going to pause that one because I did watch a video when we were trying to pull up the wrong one, and he did not predict that in the video we watched. He said he is going to go first. Mark my words.
Yeah, he did. And he also, like, he says so much shit, I don't think he can even fucking retrace and go back and go, like, you know. So he probably said so many different things. One of them has to be right.
At one time,
That
yeah.
one- yeah. So, like,
If-
it's just like,
if you
know,
keep talking, at some point you do have to be correct.
You're betting on both black and red and every number. So,
Yep.
yeah. You're gonna,
really going to be old school white GMs and coaches and owners.
You just
who are
put the
not
H
going to
before the
like
W.
The way Shedeur is because they never
That's the way it
liked
says
the
white.
way his father was.
White.
I'm talking about Neon, Dion, Prime Time.
He's going to say it again.
So brash and so arrogant in such great ways because Deion Sanders, the cornerback, could back it up. So can Shedeur. But some old school white execs and coaches just aren't going to want a franchise quarterback who already owns several exotic cars and who already has an NFL star level jewelry collection. The other
cares?
key point about Shedeur is that money sure didn't make him soft. Nope. This young man was as tough a college quarterback as I have ever watched. Shedeur Sanders is old school tough. But I'm going to say this again. If the Tennessee Titans don't take Shedeur Sanders, they will forever regret it. I'm sure a lot of people out.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's aware that the GMs and stuff are rich too. What do they care about a kid's jewelry collection?
Let me like everybody else has pretty much touched on this, and they basically said this dude showed up and met with executives and met with team representatives, can't speak, and he was just an arrogant asshole. And like, there's that one interview that's out there, and he's just like, if you ain't ready to change the culture, don't pick me. In other words, you're just telling people like, you're going to go in. That'd be like me going and applying at a job somewhere.
We're here, guys.
Yeah, like me going applying at a job somewhere. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, your policies and everything that you do here. Yeah, fuck that. We're going to do it my way. And you're not even established in the NFL yet. Like your dad was, and I was a huge Deion fan. I loved his arrogance. I loved the fact that he was as fast as he needed to be, and his like high stepping shit he did. Like I was the first jersey I bought that wasn't a Dolphins jersey was a Deion Sanders jersey. Yeah. So like that, I have like, it's my love for the guy has kind of waned ever since that recent activities and shit like that. And I get you want to bolster your kid up and hold him on a pedestal and stuff like that. But when you go in and you got these people that are potentially going to bring you in, and you could be like, it's like with Tyreek. If I still watch the NFL, which I don't, I would cut Tyreek. I would trade him. Like, dude, you're a piece of shit off the field. You're beating your wife. You're doing all these other fucking things. Like, there's no fucking, as somebody who employs,
I can't be associated with you.
Right. As somebody who employs other people, and I am a human resources part and doing what I do, I would not have somebody, and I would not align myself with somebody that did dumb shit like that, because like there's always that phrase, you show me your friends, you show me your future. And I'm not saying necessarily a friend, but if this person's a representative of the business that you are helping run or running, and it's a distraction, it's a circus, it's entitlement, like I don't fucking want you.
Yeah, like, that's what I get out of it. That's if you read what was up on screen, guys, if you read this piece right here, it literally just is a retort to this message from Stephen Smith, and it literally is stating that this is just because this kid thinks he can come in and own the place right away. The same reason when I'm interviewing people for my job, any of the locations I control, if I have somebody who is acting like they know it all and they have it all figured out, I don't want them, because they're going to be a problem with following the direction or established order.
Right.
That's where I come from. I'm not saying the kid's not great. I'm not saying he's not an amazing football player, because his dad was too.
Yeah.
But the things that we tend to do is just pick and grab on things we can say, this is the reason, rather than me be accountable for this shit that you guys see on screen. Right. You didn't choose me because of my color. You didn't choose me because of this, that.
No, and it's that fucking, I'm going to hide behind this banner, because there's a lot of media faces throwing the racism thing out there, which is fucking stupid, because the first guy that got picked was a black quarterback. Not to mention the next couple picks were all black. So like they're really hitching their wagon to this. And now if you'll go over to tab 4 from the right, or actually 5 from the right, 4 from there we go. The Ravens drafted Mike Green, then spent most Friday night defending it. Well, the guy has allegations against him with SA charges. Like this dude is like, he might be a sexual deviant of some sorts that is like, there's a paper trail to. So they drafted this guy,
knowing it was a problem,
knowing that there's some fucking weird shit possibly going on.
Yeah, I don't want to say he is.
I'm not gonna say he is, but like there's sometimes when there's smoke, there's fire. There's 2 allegations. They picked him before that, Shedeur. So that tells you, well, shit, this dude's he's money, but like all this again, morally, I couldn't go in that direction if I had that hanging there and going, okay, man, clear this up. And if it gets cleared up, and then kind of get a feel for the person, talking to them, interacting with them.
Right.
But then again, if it's a racist thing, you got Deshaun Watson, who had so many allegations against him, and the Browns broke the fucking bank to get this dude.
Yeah.
Like the most ridiculous contract ever fucking produced and never got anything out of it, which is fucking hysterical, by the way. It's
very
typical
Browns.
Browns fashion
Yeah,
there.
very Browns.
But this dude had so many fucking allegations against him, and then they broke the bank to get him. So if you went into all these interviews, Sanders Jr., and you acted like a fucking entitled asshole, they're probably just like, I don't need this fucking dude.
Yeah, I'm not going to bounce
He's
him.
not bringing me gold. Like
He's not even
just
playing
bringing
right
me-
now, and he's
right.
already being a headache.
Right. So I don't know. Like, and then the race hustle. You again, you have all these people on ESPN and Fox Sports, and they're like, "Oh, it's a race thing. It's white owners. It's white owners." Okay, if I'm the NFL, and nobody said this yet, and this came upon me, yesterday. If I'm the NFL and my games are being aired on your network, and there's a contract between the two of us, and your media puppets are calling my organization racist,
Yep.
I'm getting the fuck out of that contract. I'll go show my game somewhere else.
Yeah.
This is another reason why I kind of left fucking the NBA alone, because it got political. I already left the NFL alone because of the compromisation and betting and FanDuel, DraftKings, all that shit. But this is the reason why. Like, you're inserting identity politics into your shit, and I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, the NFL has a lot of black players. A lot of black players were drafted in the first round by white executive owners and coaches. Okay? But again, if I am the NFL and you're airing my games on your network, and your fucking media puppets are calling me or calling my organization and accusing them of being racist, fuck off.
Yep.
Don't cover my sport.
Yep.
Don't air my sport. I'll go to another network where that can happen. I don't understand why that is not a thing, or why that hasn't been brought up.
It's literally just pandering. That's all they're just trying to continuously create dissension among people, and I think
Right.
that's the reason why NFL doesn't
Right.
do anything about it, because they're okay with breaking this dissension. But when we were looking at this, guys, I went there. I said, "Wait a minute, isn't racism literally choosing to do something negative off of somebody's color?" So I had to do this search, because I did the breakdown of what are these players. Because if there was an actual thing based upon somebody's skin color, it would be against white people. It's not that way, because what this is merit-based or performance-based.
Correct.
And they have far more African-American people. In fact, this says that there's 57.5% of NFL players are black or African-American. And it's 25% that are white, leaving a 20% gap. Because if you look at like Pacific Islanders and the rest of them, it's percentages, minor. So the remaining 20% are mixed races.
Right. So, again,
You can't even stand on that totem pole to talk about
they
that.
need that hustle, and it's so hyper emphasized in every fucking outlet of entertainment you can fucking run to, and it's old hat. It's so fucking worn out. Like, racism isn't going away because you keep fucking talking about it. You look for it in everything. It's like, yes, are there racist people? Absolutely, but not to the degree that you guys fucking speak about it. It's fucking terrible. But like, again, NFL, why are you letting it go?
That's what I mean. I think it's pandering.
Like, why are you pandering? Like, I don't get. And also, the people that are calling it out, why are you still covering the sport then? If you think it's that, if you think these people are racist and it's run by racist people, why the fuck are you covering it?
Yeah, because generally,
Because you wouldn't have a job if you didn't.
Generally, before you had to make that, you had to have some substantial evidence to even make that claim publicly.
Right.
Now it can just be thrown out instantly.
Right.
That's
So
it.
I interviewed somebody last week. They asked me about a job, and I'm not going to say where. If you know me, you know what I do. But they came up to me and they were blowing their horn, this, that, and the other thing, and then they said they're a jack of many trades and a master of none. They'd cut hair, they did tattoos, da 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 da, and then. And I'm just kind of listening to it. And I'm like, okay, well, I personally, I'm not hiring. I have enough people, but this department might be hiring. I'm sure there's an opportunity for you somewhere over there, because this, it's more of a rotating door in that area. That's not my department.
Right.
But then he lost me. because he said like he did the haircuts and he tattoos, and he pointed at my newest tattoo, the Gyarados, the shiny Gyarados here. Like, and this is done by a local guy, Kevin Burfield.
Put that back up.
He is the GOAT. Like, this guy is, like, look at that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shiny Gyarados. He also did, I'm trying to find it where you can't see it well.
Right,
So
it's hard, yeah.
Yeah, but like,
There you go, that's perfect.
right there. Like the realism he's done my dogs. Like, he points at the tattoo and he goes, I can do better than that. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, but
Get
you're a
the
master
fuck
of none.
out of here.
You're not
Like,
a
just
full-time.
No, you know, like
I know Kevin very well, and
here's
he's
the
a
thing. My said this the
phenomenal-
other day, and I'm gonna glaze my boy Kev. This dude is the GOAT in Erie. Yeah, he's bar none. There's not even moving lateral with this guy in this area. I say if there's ever like a fucking emergency, women, children, and Kevin Burfield need rescued first. Like he's a protected, you know.
Save him
fucking
at all
asset.
costs, guys.
Yes,
So,
save this guy.
I've got some of this up
Yeah,
here.
there I
This
am
was
right
not
there. There's
this
my
was not
shit.
planned
Right
because I'm going to
there.
share the screen with you in a second. It was not planned, but this is just a shameless
Look at
plug
that.
for
Look
you.
at that definition. I'm looking pretty goddamn vascular right there. But look at that weenus. It
If
looks a
there's-
little ashy. It needs
If
a
there's
little
one
lotion.
thing women like, it's a vascular man.
Yeah, but that weenus is a little ashy.
Yeah, I got a
do
little
need
bit
to
of there.
Grease it up a bit.
But he is phenomenal, especially at like horror
Look
work.
at this. Look at the Godzilla vs. King Kong. Bro.
Well, and that's even one that is using gradient lines. He will do a lot of these with no lining, where it's so
Yeah.
freaking phenomenal.
The dude is nasty.
Not to spend too much time on this, but here's a breakdown where
Yeah.
holy crap! Yeah, there you are
Hey,
again.
word tattoo. There's Bert. There's my doggy Bert. Rest in peace, Bert.
For instance, right here when he starts doing realism, like there's not lines. He does just the very minimal pieces.
Dude,
with
he
it.
could do a nude piece of my favorite porn star, and I'd probably jerk off to it.
and it's on my left hand.
Right. I mean, like, you never forget that.
A lot of really cool horror ones, guys. Like, I mean, look at that shit. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah. Dude is money. But you're going to tell me, back to the Shador thing, you're in the interview process and you're hyping yourself that great that you point at some of the finest artwork in this general vicinity. And I see the tattoos on this dude and I'm kind of like, they're all right. I mean, I'm not saying he did his own tattoos by any means,
Right.
but like, bro,
Like, look at that.
yeah,
Every single one of those people look like the actual fucking person.
yeah, that's fucking disgusting.
But that would be like Kevin going in and walking into somebody who owns the shop and saying, I'm the greatest ever. You're going to need to change things around for me because I'll only work on these days and you need to do your shop this way.
Right,
And then somebody saying, well, they didn't hire him because he's
right.
white.
No, but like Kevin's got the resume and Shador has the resume.
There
I'm
I am
sure-
commenting on it.
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. Oh yeah,
2 years ago.
yeah. But you could have all the talent in the world, but if you carry yourself like an asshole,
Yeah.
people aren't going to want anything to do with you.
Yep.
That's the moral of the story. Stop getting on that racist shit. It's just like last podcast, and we talked about that Austin guy, that Austin kid
Yep.
that got murdered.
Yep.
By Carmelo Anthony. Like you keep fucking falling for the okie doke, man. The racism it's just not there. Stop falling for it because this is wiring your brain. The people that buy into this is wiring your brain to be infantilized. Your reaction is going to. You're not growing at all, and this goes globally for any race out there. Once your mind goes there, you're not learning anything. You're not evolving into anything. You're not progressing. This is like you need to be a victim rather than a victim.
Pointing towards something as a scapegoat.
Right. Like
for
this is
every-
the excuse why.
Yeah.
And that you got to rewire your brain better than that. That can't be the response fucking for everything. There's got to be an accountability for your actions and how you just conduct yourself.
Well, I don't know how people just don't call out just like, nope, this is extreme bullshit, or how somebody on the media doesn't say, nope, this is extreme bullshit. You have over 70% with mixed race people at African American. There's
Right.
no foundation to this.
Right. But
A piece of shit is a piece of shit regardless if it's green, brown, yellow.
and that's
It's still a piece of shit.
That's the same thing with like these organizations and these banners, or like like the people say anti-Semitic, like just because you hold a particular person of being Jewish,
You can not like
accountable.
somebody that's Jewish that has
Right,
nothing
but then
to do
that
with the fact
doesn't
that they're Jewish.
right, and that doesn't mean it's anti-Semitism. It just
No.
means like you're being an asshole.
Piece of shit can be
Right, they
many
come in all
colors.
shapes and sizes,
Sure
man.
do.
Like what the fuck? So
Sure do.
rewire your brain. Stop falling for these fucking headlines that just goad you into being a fucking moron.
Yep.
Because there's no growth, none.
We're gonna jump into what do you want to look at next? Do you want to look at? Oh, we already looked at that piece on X because that's supported. So we're gonna roll right over to HB
HB.
366.
Make sure you get your HB shots.
That's right. I'm gonna share our screen with you now.
Go back to the beginning of that one right there. It's in there a little bit.
There we go.
Josh doesn't know about this.
Here we go.
We're shipping them to Texas.
Explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. HB 366 is a step towards transparency and integrity in political advertising. Move passage.
Question occurs on passage to engrossment. Question occurs.
Why does this sound so robotic? Like a guy went up there and just gave him a quick 2 second
Question
snap.
occurs on passage to engrossment of HB 366. Record vote has been requested. Record vote is granted. The clerk will ring the bell. Show Mr. Moody voting aye. Show Ms. Jones of Harris voting aye. Have all members voted? Have all members voted? There being 106
I just read that.
ayes,
This
is like
09
retarded
nays,
bingo.
HB 366 is passed to engrossment. Clerk,
Now,
Holy
look up.
shit. So it didn't really say much about what that really meant because he just came up and just said political blah, blah, blah and ran away. But look at the fucking title. Hold on one second.
Oh, no,
Look at the
this guy.
fucking title
this
on
Muppet
that
off the
one.
screen.
explain the bill.
Just
So he didn't explain shit. He just went up there and said 2 words and walked away.
okay. HB 366. You could pull it up for
Yeah.
for actual reference, but basically it's in Texas, which is supposed to be a very free state. You can't
Ohio.
share political memes even if you're joking, and you could be basically arrested for it. That's not the freedom of speech. Now they're saying they'll use it as like politicians sharing stuff about other politicians, but
Yeah, but it seems
it
like
would
whoever-
definitely be blanketed over if you shared something that was not lockstep with one of these idiotic parties' views, and they could be like, "Yeah, we don't like what you just posted."
especially if you're somebody of status, like they could really fuck with you.
Yeah.
If you were, look at all these celebrity, Taylor Swift. Not saying they would because that's far left, so they're gonna allow that to go a little bit further. But the idea of that, she could just say and post and say, "Hey, I'm voting for this person,
Right.
ABC." Now I can just throw out all these different pieces. Well,
Yeah.
if they actually wanted to, somebody could pursue after that if you just share a meme
Yeah,
about somebody.
that's not
a meme.
or AI, like any type of like AI type thing, like jokingly or just saying like they said something they didn't say.
That's a
But it's controlling. It's the controlling of information. It's the controlling of whether it's joking or not. Just like you're not able to say something or express something, and then now you can be charged with it.
that's wild.
That's beyond wild. That's authoritarian as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Like no fucking way. And I've shared my fair share against both parties, and I'll continue to.
Yeah. At what point did and this is strange, but at what point did the First Amendment get so stepped on? Because it used to be able to be, I could say whatever I want, but you had every right to shred me for my fucking ideas.
Right. Right.
And now it's, unless it is, like you just said, in lockstep, in unison, in tandem with the powers that be, it is considered taboo.
So, like,
Broken.
when this administration jumped in here, they promised an Epstein list that they're never going to get.
Nope.
They
You've seen that petered away, and
Yeah, just swept under the rug.
Yep.
They're more concerned with controlling. Now, Texas passing this has nothing to do with that, but I'm just saying government overall, they're more concerned with controlling the peons, the lower level citizens.
because there's more of it.
Right. And they'd have no interest in bettering the situation as a whole, creating projects and incentivizing learning and coping skills or training working skills or
Establishing goals.
Their policies are more to get you into a fucking corner and call it freedom.
Yep.
Like I'll argue that we've never been free. Like, you know, the Bill of Rights or the Constitution is just, they're both talking points. Like there's some good stuff in there, but like literally get shat on. Like they'll hold them up and champion them, but in the very next policy or sentence they will shit on it.
Oh yeah.
It's just kind of like, you know, the NFL media people shitting on the NFL, but they're going to cover the next NFL story and the next NFL game and the next NFL player and the next. Okay, if you really hate it that much, why the fuck are you doing it?
Right.
So it's more about controlling people than it is.
Yep, and that's not even on a federal level. That's states getting involved trying to do it.
Yeah. So remember the Alamo, because in Texas you can't share memes now without worried about what the fuck.
But, I mean, there's so many odd laws and stuff allowed in Texas still, but then something like this.
Yeah. Now they're saying it's for like politicians running against other, but dude,
Yeah, but
it's
it does,
blanket.
if you pull it up, it doesn't say that like you would not be scrutinized.
Also, like going back to this current administration, like if all these people that did all this nefarious shit the past 4 years when Trump wasn't in, and they've so far arrested like 1 or 2 judges for enabling or harboring aliens or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they only charge them with obstruction of justice, which is not that serious of a fucking charge.
No, it's just
It's
like
like
not
a-
allowing
yeah,
a cop
like
in a building. 'cause
what,
they're standing there.
where is the accountability? If you're going to come back, and I said this pendulum was going to come back and crush all these people, this pendulum's coming back and waving at everybody.
Yep.
Hi, how you doing? Oh, you're doing bad. There's no.
It's like Jack Sparrow said. I loved those moments to do the right thing. I love to wave at them as I pass by.
Right, and like, there's not really that much accountability. There's
No,
no
there's
Epstein list. There's nothing. Then everybody voted for change and holding people accountable, and I have yet to fucking see it.
But here's what's strange. Where is the call from? We have 330 odd million Americans. Like, it just doesn't seem like anybody cares. It just
They don't know.
they got
They don't
excited
know. They
for a
don't
minute.
know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true,
they
too, but
get
excited for a
they
minute,
get
and then
bombarded with Shador Sanders stories,
Yep, and then they
or
found out Nintendo Switch 2's coming out.
yeah,
and
bread
now-
and circuses.
Yep.
So like, they're distracted. They have no fucking idea.
It's
what's going
always
on.
next.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's that. You know, whether that comes to a state near you or a country near you, they do that in England. I believe it's in England.
Oh,
Like,
I
you
know
sh-
that's way
yeah,
more.
you post some
stifled and
shit on
controlled.
there. Yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. Imagine being able to serve jail time for a picture with words.
Yeah.
Regardless what that picture is, regardless what those words are.
But shit, 1976, they'd have thrown some tea in the fucking harbor and beat your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, because you tried taking some of my fucking money, and
Yeah,
that's okay.
3% tax.
Tar you.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah. And now your
3%.
dollar with all of registrations, insurance, taxes, which those are all just different types of taxes. Your check is on average stipend to a point of 58%.
Yeah.
That's because those are all mandatory taxes too.
Yeah. Yep.
Wild.
Theft by means of coercion.
Yep. Hey, just like the NFL was doing, right? Collusion. Next one, guys. So this one is still in the political realm. This was actually something I just started to read about yesterday. And when I heard it, I'm like, okay, because I'm not big for or against the tariffs. I don't like it impacting my pocket personally either. But Amazon said they were going to come out and say that they were going to display what the impact of imported goods were right on their website. So, for instance, if it was a product coming from China, 145% tariff is what is tacked onto anything from China. So, easy math, $100, it now costs $145. It's going to be extended up because of that. We just found out too that Amazon has an additional site, and this is where it was actually going to be used. It's called Amazon Haul, which is a competitor to Temu. Yeah, so it's a competitor to Temu, but this was as of the 29th, and the White House kind of had some blowback to Amazon when they heard this. So Amazon then scrambled and said, Amazon said on Tuesday it considered displaying import charges on items sold via its site for ultra discount items, but that plan was never approved and not going to happen. So why did it even leave the doors that it was discussed in if it was never going to happen? But then the White House lashed out at Amazon after the report claimed the company would soon begin displaying import charges alongside some items. Apple also stated this. The move would have affected items sold on Haul, Amazon's answer to Chinese discounter Temu, which once again I didn't know existed until right now.
Question. Totally off topic.
Yep.
I still hear the hum.
Sounds like a fan. It's your computer. It's over here. Is it that direction? Mine
Yeah.
sounds like it's over here.
It's over here. We changed the lights into ceiling lights. So we went from the fluorescent bulbs to the LED.
Probably your ballast, if that's if you're what you're hearing. That's easy to fix too.
Stupid ballast.
Yeah, we could get that fixed too. There's been so many improvements in here, guys. Check this out. We're gonna go large screen, not to defer, but
We're
that's
going
about it right
wide.
there. So this
Show
is
them that
fucking
page,
cool
though.
as
The
shit.
Amazon Haul page.
Oh yeah. We'll switch back real quick.
As the layout of Temu.
So yeah, check this out. It literally is Temu 2.0.
Right.
So the way that it's all broken down, when you see the prices, it all gives you the fake overheads because we know that's not real. But they're doing the J.C. Penney.
Titties.
When you walk in, it's $50, but they say if it's 50, you scroll over, it's $17.99. It was never $50. But I don't know. I've used Temu a few times. Their stuff's all right. It is definitely cheap.
Magic
but
proxy cards.
didn't even know this. What, off of Temu?
Temu and playmats as well.
Really?
$7 playmats. Yeah, like these right here. Temu.
Holy fuck.
big ass,
guys,
like-
I just learned something cool.
Yeah, like these big ass playmats that you could use for a fucking yoga mat with big tittied women.
Well,
Yeah.
with those big titties, let's segue into the next thing. You want to talk a little bit about magic, so let's show that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about magic and titties.
All right, we're going to bring up the overhead cam, which is that one right up top.
Yeah, bro. We got Elsa with big titties.
That is Elsa. Dude, when I was sitting here, I was trying to figure out who the fuck that was because it's obviously not the Disney art, but I'm like,
$8, bro.
wow.
Yeah.
And those are fucking giant mouse pads. Get that? Because you're going to have mouse functionality on your Switch too.
Yeah.
There you go.
There it is. So like, Temu has some pretty good fucking deals. when it
Wow.
comes to that shit.
Yeah, so that's definitely somebody just listing a website and doing sublimation on their on their website. But what a
What's a
discount,
bargain?
because
What's a bargain?
I almost bought
You bought
the
that in the store, you'd be paying like 40.
dude. I almost
40
bought
bucks.
the Ugin one until I saw that it was $39.
Yeah. That one back there.
The one that is Eye of the Storms, the new one
Oh,
from
okay.
the new set.
Word.
So Eugene,
Eugene.
yeah, not the Eugene in the back right here, guys.
Okay, so what we should be looking up is the new Spider-Man Magic the Gathering booster box, and they had to make a... Marvel wouldn't let them put it on their arena.
Is this new news?
It's new,
Right here, right?
newish, yeah. However, you
I don't have
can't.
it up yet for you guys.
Yeah, you cannot use the Spider-Man cards on their online Magic the Gathering games, like Arena
Yeah.
or whatever the other one was. So what they had to do, because like Marvel,
Holy fuck! It's a whole set.
yeah. So they had to make its own, another separate set, which
No
we
fucking
can,
way.
yeah. You have to make a separate. They had to make a separate set with different names and different artwork, so that they can play those cards online. You cannot use the Spider-Man set.
That's
on-
because of Marvel.
because of Marvel. Because Marvel's got their own online game and their own on their card games and apps and shit like that.
Do you know if this is marked up or if that's what these ones are?
That's probably what they're gonna go for.
Yeah, because that's only $60 higher than your standard booster
Right.
box
Right.
retail price. You can get boxes and shit for way cheaper than that. But,
Right.
dude, I
now-
might go for some of those. That is way more attractive of a price than Final Fantasy VII.
Dude, that Final Fantasy VII shit is ridiculous.
Booster box is $300.
Fuck that.
Just this 30 packs of cards is $300. And then if you
Buy some
wanted,
cardboard.
dude, if you wanted the fucking, we talked about it last time. If you wanted the Final Fantasy VII collector box, $500 is retail,
That's
not marked
stupid.
up price. $500 is
And
their
then they're all
retail.
pretty much spoken for too.
Yeah,
Look
they
at
are. They're
the
gone.
look up Spider-Man Magic the Gathering alternative set. I forgot what the name of it was, but like they literally had to create this set again, give it different artwork, same abilities,
Well,
different names on the cards.
Are
so
they
that
able
could
to
play 'em.
use those in the print cards?
They're not
too?
going to print those cards. Those
So-
are only the online. This is an online version of Spider-Man, but it's not Spider-Man. They had to call it something else, more Magic based.
Right here.
Yeah, this is the.
Because I'm sure this is going to be talking about it.
I've already watched that video.
It's a bizarre and confusing.
We're not going to watch the whole
day
thing,
in
just
the
pulling it
world
up
of
to see
Magic
real
the
quick,
Gathering.
guys.
Wizards of the Coast has just given us our first look at the upcoming Marvel Spider-Man set, and they're making some significant changes to the way things happen when it comes to Magic sets. Magic. I am a wizard.
I don't know if they're covering it. I don't think he's covering it in this video.
Oh, man. I don't. There's my boy.
I mean, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it is. Oh, do you see what it does, though? The
Makes a
whole
picture.
thing is a fucking
makes
picture,
a
yeah.
Kind of like Lord of the Rings did.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings did the same thing.
I have a fuck ton of those cards.
Yeah.
I had no clue it did that. That, you know what? Probably my ones in Tarkir that have the black down here that look like they're all connected to, too.
Mine-
Because then up at the top, there's colors, and then on the other one, the color starts at the bottom and the top's black. I guarantee you it's meant to be
Yeah.
stitched
But
down together.
I cannot just Magic. Just put Magic the Gathering online arena.
If
or
they
no,
cared
wait,
about
Spider-Man.
flavor, Spidey would have reach.
Yeah, Spidey would totally have reach.
Yeah, he would.
Spider-Man MTG arena. There we go.
Arena.
Through the Omen Pass is what it's called.
Will not be part of the Magic the Gathering set.
Right.
There it is, right there. Through the Omen's Path will serve as a replacement for Universes Beyond. Now, are these going to be the same cards just with alternate art? Or are they going to
Yes.
be totally different?
Same cards, same mechanics, alternate art, different names.
Ah, I could have just kept reading. You are right.
Yeah. Now, if Magic was smart, they would release, because that Omen Pass thing, you could release that as in card form too.
That's where I was at. That's why I asked you that question.
Like, do both.
Because Magic the Gathering is very well known.
Maybe I don't
for
want to spend
3 different
200
types of art on
Yeah,
each
maybe
card.
I don't want to spend $209 on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Maybe I just want the Magic the Gathering Omen, because like that's a lot of people's complaint. It's starting to become mine too. I do like some of the crossovers, but like when your product is now more other people's IPs
It is.
than it is Magic.
Yep. Yeah. It'd be cool to add one or two of
Every
these
once
sets
in
a
while.
year.
Every once in a while. But
Yeah,
like
one or two of these sets a year.
Even some of the sets, like the fucking Aether Spark or whatever it was, Aether Drift. That seemed like it wasn't Magic. It was, but it looked so fucking campy, like some otherworldly, like.
Oh, yeah, especially
it didn't
a
have
lot-
that Magic feel at all.
A lot of the art definitely felt like they were
Get
supposed
the
to be
dragons, get
different
the
cards.
wizards, and yes, if you want to do the other different IPs, but maybe not as much. But
Yep.
no, they should do the paper version of
The alts.
Omen Pass.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
But then I think it'd be creating the same issue that they're having to do that because of.
No, I think Marvel was just basically like, no, you're not putting it online. Like, you can have the rights to your cardboard and shit like that, but like it's a copyright thing, I believe, because they have their own online games and stuff.
Never mind. I get it. So what they're saying is Spider-Man's gonna be like Bug Boy, right?
Right, similar to it. Yeah, they'll have.
So
alternate-
it's not going to be the franchise.
right. It'll still have the same creature
mechanic
type.
and
Still
creature
have the
type.
creature type.
It just will not be Venom. It's gonna be Venom.
Right, or it'll be
Right.
some other weird like Uzi dude or some shit.
Brocchied.
Right, or broccoli, or I don't know.
I get it. I thought you were. When I originally was thinking about this, is they didn't want the art used in multiple places, but it's not even that. It's they didn't want their IP online when their IP is
Right.
getting them money from somewhere else. And
Right.
Magic the Gathering does not have any kind of royalty set up to pay Marvel or a contract
Right.
to pay
So
Marvel.
like Wizards of the Coast tied their own hands up. They handcuffed themselves on this one.
Now, my question would be, though, do they do that with any of these other cards or any other franchises?
Anything that's
on
Marvel is
Arena?
not going to. Anything that's Marvel will not be on it. This almost happened, I do believe, with Warhammer,
Okay.
and I think they like something happened where they allowed Warhammer on there. But some of the other IPs, like anything Marvel, will not be allowed to be on Arena. So if they do another Marvel set, they're gonna have to do another through the
Proxy
Omen Pass.
idea, yeah.
But I say you print both in paper form.
Yeah.
Like maybe somebody doesn't want the Spider-Man, maybe want that Magic the Gathering feel, and
Or maybe you just collect fucking both, and like I would,
Right.
I would put Spider-Man next to Bug Boy or whatever
Right.
the fuck they would call him.
Right.
I would line.
they
that
already
set
have
up.
the so like you can look up and see
What
some
they
of
are.
the cards that through the Omen Pass. They'll show you what they're being called, and the art, like it has a Magic the Gathering feel to it. So
Now some of that art is ridiculous. On game's fun as hell, but I like that. So I don't know which ones would be.
these aren't it.
They're
These
not it?
are this is an old Magic set here.
All will be one. Yeah.
Cards. I would just put cards.
This right here, right?
No, go down. Maybe they'll show some on there.
Nope.
Just put Omen Path cards, because I've seen some of the art in the proxied versions of
See the first.
Spider-Man.
Oh, there you go. So they're still kind of
I don't think that's it.
no. No, that's 2024.
Yeah.
Omen Path Journey. That was the name of the card.
Right, just put journey, or what is the name of it? Fucking Omen Path, whatever.
Omen Path
That's just the card.
Through the Omen Paths.
Right. It looks like you already cleaned up. clicked on
I
that.
did, yeah.
Through the Omen Paths cards. Just put that through the Omen Path cards. Got some images loading. What the fuck?
Those are just those two over and over.
Boo! Because they showed the fucking Spider-Man, what they were going to call the Spider-Man card, and a couple other ones.
Universes Beyond Spider-Man, Wizards of the Coast has
Just trying to see if I can see any kind of pictures where he's got.
Yeah, where
So
he's got a
digital,
card.
and this is what we were just talking about. I just was trying to see if he has any kind of an insight. Nope,
Sorry, Mox man.
does not.
It's like these kids.
My bad. Well, we'll see if we can find him.
No, it was. They basically just need to fucking do it through the. Is that right?
No,
there?
that's the same thing I clicked on before that comes up.
No,
in
there
nothing.
was one beneath it.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering Online. Yeah. Are they showing as the same promo logo for those, though? Or is that Omen Path?
I got to build this Deadpool deck here coming up soon.
Dino DNA. Yeah, they're just showing a bunch of other cards.
Boo!
Don't got it.
Well, anyways, the we were having some technical difficulty in finding these cards that are going to exist on Magic the Gathering Arena
They
that
will
are
be
supposed to be Spider-Man spin-offs, but no. I say print both of them
Yep.
in cardboard format.
Yep. Especially the cards. I love the cards. I've got way
Yeah.
too many at home, and I'm buying more. But before we get logging off, do you have anything else for them?
I don't think so. I think that's about it. No,
All right,
like
good.
yeah, stay away from race hustling.
Yeah. Do not. Do not sit here and try to display tariffs. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, HB 366.
You're gonna get a talking
Watch
to.
your memes.
Yeah, watch your memes, guys, because otherwise you might get just the tipped and removed off of TikTok.
Yeah. Next week I'm going to be promoting a local wrestling event that we're going to be a part of.
Oh yeah.
So, not more like merch wise, locally made merch. Anyways, not the stuff that we have on the website, which you can go to and still support us.
Streamlabs.com/justtip2024.
Yes. So yeah, go support us and grab some merch. We got some good shit there. But no, we're gonna have a local wrestling event, and one of the wrestlers there is gonna have some, wearing some of the merch, and then also selling some of the merch. So
there we go.
We'll talk about that on the next show.
There we go. All right, guys, we'll be back on next Friday, and until then, stay moist.
Yeah. Motion is the lotion.
I got 30-some hoes, you at the crib making TikToks. Perky gon' blow like a 30-6 dog. She gon' fuck my bros, cause I know that she a big dog. I come from the low, but I'm standing at the tip. I got 30-some hoes, you at the crib making TikToks. Perky gon' blow like a 30-6 dog. She gon' fuck my bros, cause I know that she a big dog.